It was just after dawn when the waitress noticed the boy. A quiet roadside diner, off a forgotten highway in upstate New York. Nothing about that morning was supposed to be special. But there he was, sitting alone, in booth 7. No adult in sight, no food, no movement, just a toddler, staring blankly out the window, like he was waiting for the world to explain itself. At first, the waitress thought maybe his mother was in the bathroom. But 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 20. No one came. The boy didn't cry. He didn't speak. He just said one thing over and over. Mommy said to wait here. She's coming back. She never did. That child's name was Liam, and what investigators would uncover over the next few months would send shockwaves through the entire country. Because Liam hadn't just been abandoned. He was the accidental key to a vault no one was supposed to find. A vault that held the bones of a government program that should have never existed. And what they found in that basement would haunt them forever. The car in the parking lot was the first clue. A beat-up sedan with no license plates. Inside, a car seat, a blanket, a stuffed bunny, and a single note in the glove compartment. Scrawled in panic, the words, "Please forgive me. I had no choice. No ID, no purse, no phone, just a boy, a car, and a mystery that was about to unravel." Child Protective Services placed Liam in emergency foster care, but the boy barely spoke. Just one chilling sentence that would echo for weeks. Mommy went where the other people went. Downstairs. Downstairs. Authorities began digging. There was no recent missing person case that matched Liam. No Amber Alert. It was like he didn't exist. Until a sharp-eyed librarian in Glens Falls remembered a nervous woman with a toddler. Always looking over her shoulder. Always checking out books on homeschooling and trauma. She said her name was Amanda James. But there were no records of any Amanda James in the area. The only lead, P.O. Box, and that led to an abandoned farmhouse in Hanlon Ridge, a town that hadn't mattered in 50 years. Inside that farmhouse, detectives found no signs of life, but every sign of planning. Shelves of dried food, a bare mattress, dozens of notebooks, but no photos, no clothes, no memories, except for one open journal, with a line that changed the course of the investigation forever. Basement entry complete. No soundproofing needed. They're too weak to scream. They found the entrance behind a shelf, a reinforced trapdoor, sealed with a custom locking mechanism. What lay beneath wasn't just a basement. It was a vault, a concrete chamber, 15 feet underground, lined with soundproof padding and embedded cameras. There were 3 cells, all empty, bloodstains on the floors, chains bolted to the walls, and in one corner a child's drawing, a woman and a boy, holding hands, smiling. Amanda James wasn't just a mother. She had been someone else, someone much more dangerous. Fingerprints revealed the truth. Amanda James was an alias. Her real name? Amanda Verrick, a former behavioral scientist employed by a black-budget government program called Project Morpheus, a classified operation targeting uncooperative assets. Translation: torture disguised as behavioral reconditioning. Amanda had helped design the very techniques used to break people. But somewhere along the line, she ran. Pregnant, disillusioned, and very, very dangerous. The vault in Hanlon Ridge wasn't just her hiding place. It was a makeshift prison, built for one last mission, to silence the people chasing her. And it worked, for a while. Inside her notebooks were detailed records of experiments, code names, coordinates, psychological profiles, even confessions. Amanda had taken 3 people, not innocent strangers but former operatives from the very program she helped build. The same people who came looking for her. She didn't just trap them, she dismantled them, piece by piece, not out of vengeance, but out of fear. She believed they'd never stop hunting her. Or Liam. She wrote, "I was the architect of their darkness. Now I'm the tomb." But the truly haunting part? She documented how Liam was never allowed in the basement. But he heard them. He heard everything. The crying, the screaming, the silence. And still, he remembered her as Mommy. The case exploded. Media dubbed it the Vault Mother case. Conspiracies ran wild. Some said Amanda was a hero, others monsters. But one thing became clear: Project Morpheus had never truly shut down. More vaults were found. In Montana, in Virginia, in rural Maine, each tied to the same off-the-books initiative, each with a similar design, and each pointing back to a quiet, faceless program buried under national security amendments. Amanda's vault had been the first to go public, but it wasn't the last. The fallout was enormous. Arrests, indictments, secret hearings. The government denied involvement, but too many breadcrumbs had been left behind. And through it all, Liam grew up, quiet, watching. He changed his name as an adult, but never ran from what happened. Instead, he built something from it, a nonprofit called the Vault Initiative, for whistleblowers, survivors, forgotten names. He refused documentaries, declined interviews, but every year he sent a birthday card to the waitress who found him. Just a child's drawing. No return address. She keeps them in a box labeled, "The Day Everything Changed." Amanda Varick's body was never found. Some believe she died shortly after abandoning Liam. Others say she disappeared into the same shadows she once helped create. But her final act, leaving Liam in that diner, was a paradox. Cruel, desperate, and somehow the only way justice could begin. She hadn't left him because she didn't care. She left because it was the only way to save him. The deepest irony? A woman who once built prisons for minds became the accidental whistleblower who shattered the silence. And a toddler waiting in a booth became the voice that brought it all down. Because sometimes, justice doesn't arrive with sirens. Sometimes it comes in whispers, in a child's voice, in a sentence no one could forget. Mommy said to wait here. She's coming back.